3. Welcome to Drive Through Sports with Adam and Paul. Got Paul Brees in Gatlinburg, Tennessee tonight. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, rainy Atlanta, Georgia, on what is the first day of the NCAA tournament. Normally, the first 4 occurs on a Tuesday. This year, it's now taking place on Thursday. First round games start tomorrow and Saturday, with the second round being on Sunday and Monday. So what we're going to do tonight here on Drive Through Sports with Adam and Paul, we encourage you guys to subscribe to our YouTube channel of the same name, and also follow us on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to our Apple Podcasts, Drive Through Sports with Adam and Paul, and also listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, and Google Podcasts. So we're going to go down through here. We're going to pick basically our Sweet 16, and then next week on our show, probably on Tuesday, we will pick our Final Four teams and pick the results of the Sweet 16 and the games moving forward. So we're going to start in the West, Paul, up to the right over your right shoulder. We're going to start, and I think we'll go game by game, what we think. I think both of us can agree, Gonzaga, and we can move on. Gonzaga easily over either one of these two teams that are playing right now, which looks like it's going to be Norfolk State. All right.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. Oklahoma, Missouri, Brees.
Oklahoma.
Okay, I'm going to disagree with you there. I'm going to go Missouri, just because I like their guards and I like their big man. They don't shoot the 3 really well, which could hurt them. But picking the mild upset there. All right, Creighton, UCSB.
Obviously, I'm a Big 12, 5-12 matchup upset guy, so I'm going to take UCSB.
I have UCSB. Yeah,
22-4 on the season,
and they're pretty strong. Despite their schedule, they play well. They're well balanced. I think they can definitely handle Creighton. Creighton seems to be in a little bit of disarray anyway, after a very poor showing in the Big East tournament. I'm going UCSB also. Virginia, Ohio, Paul.
Well, if I was a betting man, I would take the under in this game. And I'm going to say Virginia's going to squeak it out.
All right. I actually have gone bold on this one, and I'm picking Ohio with the upset in this game. All right. So that's the top end. All right. USC and Drake. And Drake just 1-point win over Wichita State today. Very low scoring game. I think 105 total points. It's 21-20 at halftime. It's kind of a really messy, ugly game. I've got USC advancing in that one. And then I've got Kansas over Eastern Washington.
Correct.
All right.
Absolutely correct on both.
So we're in agreement on that.
Yep.
Okay. Then we've got Oregon VCU. I've got Oregon and Iowa Grand Canyon. Thank you, boy. Bryce Drew, valiant effort, but Iowa gets Grand Canyon in the 2 versus 15.
Done. Sold.
All right. So we're in agreement on those 4. So let's go back to the top. Gonzaga. I think we all have Gonzaga in the Sweet 16.
Yes.
I actually have UCSB beating Ohio and advancing to the Sweet 16.
I had them as well. Yes.
All right. I have USC over Kansas.
I did not.
Okay. And I have Oregon upsetting Iowa.
And I had Iowa.
All right. All right. So there's our 4 from the West. Paul has Gonzaga, UCSB, Kansas, and Iowa. I have Gonzaga, UCSB, USC, and Oregon. So already we're 2 apart there. All right. Go to the East region. Michigan, the number 1 seed. I think we could put them in. And I have them facing St. Bonaventure in the second round.
I'm going to take the LSU Tigers.
All right. 5-12 matchup, Colorado, Georgetown, Paul.
Georgetown. Hot hand.
I've got Georgetown as well. Florida State, UNCG.
Well, as much as I would love to say UNC Greensboro, I'm going to say Florida State.
Yes, I have Florida State as well. All right, to the bottom of that bracket, BYU against the winner of Michigan State, UCLA, which I think is going to be Michigan State. I've got that winner. So I've got probably Michigan State, UCLA winner moving forward.
Yep. As do I. Michigan State it would beat UCLA and BYU.
Yeah. Texas Abilene, I've got Texas.
Yep.
UConn, Maryland, I've got UConn.
Correct.
And Alabama, Iona, I've got Alabama.
Correct.
All right, so back up to the top. You've got Michigan versus LSU. I've got Michigan versus St. Bonaventure. I've got Michigan advancing.
Yes.
Okay. Georgetown, Florida State. I've got Florida State advancing.
All right, I took Georgetown.
Okay. I've got Texas advancing over what I think is going to be Michigan State.
Correct.
And I've got Alabama beating UConn.
Correct.
All right, so I've got Michigan, Florida State, Texas, Alabama. You've got Michigan, Georgetown, Texas, and Alabama. Let's head over to the other side, to the South region. South region, Baylor, I think, is a given. Intriguing matchup in the 8-9. I've got North Carolina.
As do I.
All right. Villanova, Winthrop, another 5-12. I think Winthrop can win this game. I don't know that they will win this game. I've got Villanova.
Winthrop 23-1. I'm gonna go with the 12 again.
Okay. All right. Purdue, North Texas.
Oh, I got Purdue.
I'm taking North Texas in this one.
Nice.
Yeah. Little upset special there.
North Texas, by the way, Adam, lost to Loyola Chicago by 8. Arkansas by 15 and West Virginia by 12 in their matchups against NCAA foes. So just to kind of give you clarity.
That's why they're 13 and not
That's
maybe
right.
an 11 or 10. Okay. Texas Tech, Utah State.
Man.
This is a tough one.
Yeah, it is a tough one. Golly. I know Utah State has a 7-foot junior. They got a veteran crew. As much as I want to say Utah State, I got to go with Texas Tech. I feel like they got the more experienced crew here. Better guard play.
I actually have Texas Tech as well. I would not be surprised, though, if I'm wrong. Arkansas, Colgate. Word on the street is, if you're a betting man, take the over. This is going to be a high-scoring game.
Is this a run and gun? That's correct. They both average in the 80s, 82 and 86.
Yeah, Arkansas, Colgate. I've got Arkansas. Florida Tech, I've got Florida. I think this is the only game they win in the tournament, but I think they can win this one. And then I've got Ohio State over Oral Roberts.
Correct.
And I would not be surprised if that is not a 5 to 7 point game. Ohio State is not going to blow them out because I think Ohio State is the weakest two in the tournament. All right. So let's go back to the top. I think Baylor, North Carolina. I got Baylor.
Yep.
Villanova, North Texas. I've got Villanova, but it's a shaky pick.
Shaky pick. Well, I took Purdue as my shaky pick there, so
right.
There you go.
All right. I've got Arkansas over Texas Tech, and I've got Ohio State over Florida. So you've got Baylor, Purdue, Arkansas, Ohio State. I've got Baylor, Villanova, Arkansas, Ohio State. All right. That gets us down to your region, your boys down here. All right, Illinois, Drexel, obviously Illinois. I've got Loyola Chicago over Georgia Tech.
Correct.
I've got Tennessee over Oregon State.
It's not going to be fun, but I do as well.
Okay. I've got Oklahoma State over Liberty, but do not be surprised if that's not a close game also.
I mean, yeah, it's going to be close, but Oklahoma State.
Yeah. All right. San Diego State, Syracuse.
Well, I mean, I took San Diego State, so
I did as well.
yeah.
So I think the magic may be over for the Orange, or whatever they're calling themselves now. West Virginia, Morehead State. I got West Virginia.
Yeah.
Clemson, Rutgers. I have Rutgers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yes.
You just feel the ACC is just no good this year.
I feel they're no good. Yes, I feel they're absolutely no good.
Well, Clemson did beat Alabama.
Early.
Okay. Early. I was just testing you. Testing you. Yeah, I'm going Clemson though.
All right. Houston.
Maybe Trevor Lawrence gets out there and
maybe he subs in at halftime. I got Houston. All right. So Illinois, Loyola, Chicago. I've got Loyola, Chicago with the upset in round 2.
Over Georgia Tech?
No, over Illinois in the second.
No. Heavens no.
Okay. All right. Tennessee, Oklahoma State. This is an interesting could be a really interesting second round game.
It's Tennessee.
Okay. I've got Tennessee too. And the reason I do is because I don't think Rick Barnes is going to let Cade Cunningham beat him.
Yep.
And I think Tennessee's going to score just enough to win. It might be 63-59, but I think Tennessee comes out on top. San Diego State, West Virginia. I've got West Virginia.
Correct.
And I've got Rutgers versus Houston. I've got actually Rutgers pulling the upset.
Not a chance.
And you've got Houston.
Yep. 5 Slamma-Jamma Part 2.
Part 2. So you got Illinois, Tennessee, West Virginia, Houston. I've got Illinois, Tennessee, West Virginia, Rutgers. So there you have it, folks.
Whoa. You said you had Illinois or Loyola?
I had Loyola.
Okay. Sister Jean, right?
Yeah.
Coming for another ride.
Yep. Loyola, Loyola, Tennessee, West Virginia, Rutgers for me. So I got
any other bracket, Adam. I would say Loyola's got a shot, but Illinois is the team that I'm picking to win it all.
Yeah. Well, I did pick them to win it. I've got like 9 brackets, Paul. let's not pretend this is my one trick pony here. I mean, I got Gonzaga winning it. I got Michigan winning it. I got Alabama winning it. I've got Baylor winning it. I got Illinois winning it. I've got majority. I've probably got Gonzaga winning it.
Yeah.
But I've got Baylor winning it twice, Gonzaga winning it like on 4 of my brackets, and like Alabama taking it. Because honestly, Alabama, if they don't shoot the ball well, they get beat or they get behind. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's true for anybody, I guess. But Alabama, because they either shoot the threes or they getting in the paint. So you get somebody that can defend the 3, that's not good for them.
Right.
If Texas gets to that Sweet 16 matchup, that could be an issue for them possibly, even though I've got Alabama winning. I think, it's all about matchups. It's all about guard play as well. So that's why I like Arkansas to get as far as they're getting. That's why I like USC in the Sweet 16. It's really why I like some of the teams that I like winning 2 games. Is just looking at their guards. Who's going to be the highest seed to exit first? Now that we know the bracket
I'm going to say Michigan.
Wow. I'm going to say another Big Ten team. I'm going to say Iowa. Because Iowa, even though
Whoa. I'm sorry. I got confused. I was under the assumption you meant number 1 seeds.
Oh, no. What's the hot seed that you think is going to go first?
Okay, so when you say top seed,
I mean,
is that 1 to 4?
1 to 4, like any 1 to 4 that's going to go.
That's a good question. Who did you say?
I said Iowa. Just because.
No love for Garza and the boys.
Well, I mean, yeah, they got him, but I mean, they rely on the 3-point shot a lot. You go one game in the tournament not shooting well, you're done.
Yeah.
So I think honestly, I mean, I got Oregon over, I got Oregon over them in round 2. I think that can happen. So who knows? I'll probably do 3 more brackets tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably will. I mean, I know I will.
Yeah.
Get it in for the 12 o'clock deadline or whatever it is.
There you go.
So
there you go.
So talk to me. I know this is our March Madness special here on Drive Through Sports with Adam and Paul. Didn't get to do one last year. I mean, we missed out totally. Didn't even have a podcast 2 years ago in 19. Who won it in 19? Villanova?
Yes.
Okay. Last second shot, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So missed out on a lot last year with the tournament getting canceled, like during the conference tournaments. That was terrible. But switching gears here a little bit. So what have you been up to in Gatlinburg? Because I'm assuming it's pouring down rain.
Woo! I tell you what, Gatlinburg, the Panama City of the North. It is hopping up here.
Really?
Yeah. Mask down. People are rocking and rolling. The so-called strip of Gatlinburg is bumper to bumper.
Really?
I mean, the rap game is bumping out of the cars, rolling through. It is spring break, old times.
And you see any church buses up there? Any church vans?
Looked like they were driven by like 14-year-olds, but
never seen that before.
Yeah, you remember this? This is probably my first trip up here since the post wilderness fires that they had up
right.
here.
So everything is pretty much back to normal, rebuilt, and
yes, and plus new stuff.
Yeah.
The new thing up here, Adam, is the Alpine coasters.
Okay, I was going to ask about the Alpine slide.
This is like a new and improved Alpine slide where you get on this bobsled-esque thing. It pulls you up the side of a mountain and just lets you down on a roller coaster track, and you can push it down as far as you want to go, as fast as you want, or you can pull it up and break it around the curves. And so that is the new fad up here, and so we did that today. And
cool.
Obviously we try to go up to the Sky Bridge, which is also a new thing where you take the old school ski lift. You remember that in the middle of town?
I do.
Up there is a Sky Bridge that goes across from one side of a mountain to another side of a mountain. Supposedly, we didn't get up there. Lightning delay.
Oh,
they shut it down. And so the Breezes will give it another shot tomorrow morning before we head out.
Yeah.
Gatlinburg traffic has not improved.
Well,
even getting off the interstate to Sevierville through Pigeon Forge, then as you make your way to Gatlinburg, it's still horrendous. But I will say this, my friend Waze, if you don't have the app Waze, it got me around through some back roads to where I never really stopped. Now I was going through curvy roads. I was going
Right.
through places I never even knew existed up in Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg.
Did you run across any moonshine stills or anything while you're doing that?
There were two. There were two that actually I did run by. But just know that Waze is a tremendous asset to the driving community, and I am a big fan. If they would love to sponsor us on Drop Through Sports,
Well, I'm a huge dude. I'm a huge fan as well. I mean, I use it every trip. Like when we have to travel, we have to travel for a game or whatever. I'm using Waze every time because Atlanta traffic is just insane every day. Much less Friday afternoon after school, trying to get over to Gwinnett County or Alpharetta or south of the city or whatever. I mean, so yeah, I use it all the time. It's gold, and it is the gold standard by which all travel apps should be measured for sure.
I mean, just think about, us traveling back in the late 80s, early 90s, pre-cell phone internet.
Oh, yeah.
You had no clue, for a person like myself who likes to take it down on the gas tank just to the edge, Kramer style.
Yes.
And not knowing when the next exit, is there a gas station ahead? Now with Waze, you just punch the little button, it'll tell you when the gas station's coming up. It's all good.
Plus the big thing I love the ETA.
ETA is huge.
That to me, that's a game changer right there. The ETA.
Yeah. And do you ever do it before the night before? That kind of gives you an idea?
Oh yeah. Plan. When's a good time to leave? Hey, I got to be there at 2:00. Hey, buddy, you need to leave by 12:45. Okay. All right. Set the timer. We're going. I'll be in the car, ready to go. As you know, Paul, you hit me up today asking about the cancellation. Out of an abundance of caution, we went asynchronous today.
Smart move.
Yes. And I'll be honest with you, we got very lucky because it seemed like once those storms hit the Alabama-Georgia line, they kind of dissipated because we all saw what happened in Alabama. It was terrible, really bad weather. And it looked like we were going to get hit at about 2-3 in the morning. We got some really heavy rain, but none of the heavy winds or the hail that they had predicted. So it was a little dicey at around the time we would have gone to school, like windy and stuff, but there was no like tornado watches or warnings. So I think they anticipated that. And, to be honest, I think I would have felt a little apprehensive sending Ella to drive to school the way it was about 7:00 this morning. So I'm glad they did asynchronous today. It was a good decision. And I was able to get a lot of grading done today too. So that was nice. But, and tomorrow is our regular asynchronous day, which really lines up well for the first round of the tournament.
That's huge.
It's absolutely huge. I can't remember not having to go to school on a March Madness day in 20 years. I think one year we had a work day on the first day of the tournament, and we all went to the work day at 8:00, and there was about 10 or 12 of us, and we went out for lunch at lunch break, and we never came back. And we went to somewhere and just watched games for 9 hours. So I imagine there'll be a lot of folks doing that tomorrow. I know my buddy of mine and I are meeting up here to have lunch. We're going to watch the first round. I think Tennessee may be the first game. Are they the first game?
No, actually, I believe it's Florida, Virginia Tech.
Florida, Virginia Tech. Okay, I knew it was an SEC team.
Yeah,
I was playing first. So my bracket could be wore out after one game. You never know. But listen, after this episode's over, I'm going to be in touch with you, some information regarding some things upcoming. So, but guys, this is your source for information. You got all these other experts, all these other bracketologists out there, Lenardi and Billis and all these guys. They don't hold a candle to us. I'm telling you, our analysis is second to none. I mean, Brees has got the bracket right there behind him. I mean, it's a high tech operation. And he's not even on his home court. He's on the road doing this. So, appreciate you watching, listening. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcasts. Follow us on Twitter at D Through Sports. For Paul Brees in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, Adam Freeman here in Atlanta, Georgia, you've been listening to Drive Through Sports March Madness Edition with Adam and Paul.